second best, scared to risk what the future might bring. What the future might bring. I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters, but maybe I belong if I love a little harder. If I love all the ways the world puts me to the test, if I embrace every fall, learn to grow and keep myself tall, would it hurt at all? I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters, but maybe I belong if I love a little harder. A little harder. If I love a little harder.
Good morning all, welcome to my next video. My aim today is to try and get this awning packed up and get my little porch awning up. Obviously it's survived the winds from Storm Amy, but the snow is due very soon and I don't think it would survive the snow, so it's time for the little awning to go back up. So I've got some bits and pieces to move around. My bike needs to go down into the compound because it won't fit in the little porch awning. The microwave and the air fryer need to come in here. Now obviously I didn't have the microwave until I got the big awning, so I've no idea where it's going to go. I'll have to find somewhere for it. And I've just got to pack everything down. Everything else that's in there was in there, I think, so it should fit. So that's my aim for today. I'm really not relishing the idea or the prospect of it, so I'm sat here having a cup of tea. But yeah, I need to get started. The winds are supposed to pick up later, so I really need to get my butt into gear and get it done. 3 hours later, solid hours of work. The awning's down and the porch awning's up. It's absolutely full and I do need to sort where everything's going to live, but it's all just in there for now because it was getting windy and I wanted to get everything in out of the way. So I'm pooped. I need a cuppa and some food, and then I need to go and do the food shop. Before I head into town to get my food shop, I'm going to eat because I'm starving. So I've got chicken soup and bread and a nice cup of tea. I'm knackered. Some of them pegs were so far in I had to get Dave and Brian to help get them out. Look at how red my hands are from pulling. I fell on my ass about 3 times because I was pulling so hard I just went backwards. Oh well, it's done until the summer when I need to put the big one back up. So Gladys did 843 miles and started first time every time, and now look, this is what I'm getting. Something electrical in it. So when you try and start it, it all just goes off. Honestly, could cry. I'm having a bad day. I'm back from shopping and I managed to jump start the van and take it for a little run. Someone's drained the battery. I've got no idea what's going on with it, so I'm going to leave it overnight, see if it starts in the morning, and see what happens from there. I am sat snugly in my PJs watching Bridget Jones, so I'll see you in the morning. Morning all. It's rather windy out there. I'm a bit windswept after walking dog. I'm making myself some breakfast, and then me and Brian are off to see how far we can get towards Bynock Moor and how fit we are to see whether we can actually get it done this year. I've obviously not been able to do any Munros this year just because of what happened to my foot. It's still slightly sore, so we're just gonna, that's hot, see how far we can get and see how fit we are, and then go from there. Then we'll know whether we can actually try and tackle it this year and whether we have enough daylight to do it. Yeah, my aim was to do 4 Munros this year, and I've done none because of what happened to my foot. It's damaged it, definitely busted it. It's on and off okay, on and off not, so we're just gonna have to see. I slept for 9 hours last night. I was absolutely knackered after doing that awning, and then all the rubbish with my van. I haven't tried to start it yet this morning. It's obviously something that's draining the battery, so I'll try and start it later and we'll see what happens. It's still very windy, but let's do this and see how far we get. The reindeer centre's busy today. Look at all the people and the paddock. Not seen it this busy. To Autumn, a poem by John Keats. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him on how to load and bless with fruits and vines that round the thatch eaves run, to bend apples and mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the ground and plump the hazel shells with a sweet kernel to set building more, and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has overbrimmed their clammy cells. Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor. Thy hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind, or on half a reaped furrow sound asleep, drowse with the fume of poppies, while thy book spares nest swath with all its twinned flowers. And sometimes like a gleaner thou dost keep steady thy laden head across the brook, or by side oppressed with patient look thou watchest last oozings hours by hours. Where are the songs of spring? Aye, where are they? Think not of them, thou hast thy music too. While barred clouds bloom the soft dying day, and touch the stubble plains with a rosy hue. Then in a wailful choir the small gnats mourn among the river sallows borne aloft, or sinking as a light wind lives or dies, and full-grown lambs loud bleat from the fully born. Hedge crickets sing, and now with treble soft the redbreast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows twitter in the skies. Maybe this was a mistake. It's a wee bit windy up here. I can see Ryvoan and Bothy from here, look. We might change our mind and head over there for some food. Just carry on a little bit and see how bad it gets. It's really windy, and when we decided whether to go to Ryvoan for some food, the stables is just at the back of here where we're heading for, but I think our path might have been stopped anyway. There's a little locken in the middle of the path. I'm going on the path on the opposite side because there's more puddles on that one. That's why I came this way, because Brian's got to jump over. We've scaled the obstacle and got over it. It's getting hard to stand up, so we're turning around and heading to the Bothy for some food. That's really, really bad. This is going to be a hard walk back to Ryvoan. That's better, I can actually hear myself think. The wind's gusting up there well in the 40s. It was wasn't worth going any further, so we're going in that direction to the Bothy for some food and sit down and then carry on back to more to the warm, because it's bloody freezing in that wind. My hands are icy. I did dress up warm, but in the sun coming up through the bottom, up through the old logging way, it was fine. I was too hot, and now I'm quite cold, so we'll warm up in the Bothy and then set back off back to the caravan. Finally we're here, Ryvoan Bothy. Oh, we got somewhere to sit. Hallelujah. It's the first time ever I've had the Bothy to myself. Like, normally it's full of people. Well, obviously Brian and Alison and Joe are here, but normally it's just full of randomers. This is nice.
No,
A cuppa, got a pan of chocolate, and I have a seat. So for those of you who haven't been in Bothy before, in Ryvoan you get a little fire, wood, matches. Not all Bothys you get them. Some of them are literally just derelict buildings. This one's pretty well kitted out. We've got all this bench for sleeping, a little bench over there for sitting. That's quite new. Wasn't there the last time I came in. Yeah, but Ryvoan is very easy to get to, so it is usually quite full. So if you are coming, bring a tent just in case it is. This is your little foyer. So Ryvoan's in, come around the back. See how windy it is. It's nice and sheltered in there. And then in here you've got some wood for chopping. For the fire. That wind's getting worse and worse, so we're just going to make tracks and head back to the campsite because it's quite cold. I'm home. So we've done just over 8 miles and I'm pooped. My foot is a bit sore. It's made me realise I'm not as fit as I was this time last year, and that injury has caused me to lose a lot of my fitness that I had. I went on a run the other night and it felt okay, but long walks it starts to ache. Somebody's happy to see me. He was fine. I peeked through the window on my way in and he was just fast asleep on my pillow. Boop. Boop-a-doop. What are you doing? You're a silly boy. Yeah. Oh, he's a good boy. So I am going to go for a shower as soon as I've finished being cleaned, and then I think I'm going to go to the youth hostel for tea. Oh, I'll be in bed early tonight. I was in bed early last night. And I'm back to work tomorrow. Okay, let's see if yesterday was a blip and the van will start today. Dash looks normal, better than it did yesterday. See how we go. What was wrong with it yesterday? As you can see, it's changed all my clock, so the battery was totally dead. No idea what's gone on with it. My little mechanic friend did say, obviously Mr. Steve, that the glove light box could have been on. seems to be shut. I have no idea what's been wrong with it. It's obviously been sat for a week since I come back. I have to give her a fair amount of revs when you first start her up, otherwise she won't carry on running. Yeah, clearly a blip, so I will sort the clock out, go for my shower, and not worry, and get myself a battery pack, I think, just in case this happens the next time I go away. I've had my shower and I've just been chilling with my little man who is here. He's been snoring down my ear. I'm shortly going to get dressed and go up to the youth hostel to eat tea with Brian and Alison. It's Alison's last night up here for a while, so we're going to go over to the pub and have a couple of drinks so we can say goodbye. She's going in the morning. I just wanted to pick up the camera and have a little chat because obviously when I was travelling back and Storm Amy and everything happened, I was having a tough time, and a lot of you could gather that maybe by my face. I don't know, a couple of people have said it to me. I'm still a little bit fragile. I'm okay. I'm feeling better now I'm home and in my safe space. I realised that that was a big trip and a big thing for me to do, and it's proper, don't know what the word is, shaking me a little bit. And I've got a lot more work to do on myself before I do any more big trips like that again. I loved it. I like travelling, I like being on the road, but yeah, it was a lot on my own in a little van and a lot of miles and a lot of anxiety and some little tears on the way, shall we say. But I'm alright, I'm back, I'm home. And that was why I planned on not going away this week at all. I just wanted to sort the awning out, which I've done. And I'm happy I managed to sort that because that little porch awning lasted the winter perfectly last year, so it'd be fine. And my sister's coming in a few weeks, so she's stopping here at the end of October for a week, so that'll be nice. Hopefully the van will be okay and we can go and do some things, because I've got some, still don't think she's done the reindeer, so we definitely need to do the reindeer and maybe some other bits and pieces on my days off. I obviously can't take any holidays because we're really short on staff at the moment. We had 2 members of staff leave, like I told you, so there is only 6 of us at the moment. We have a Scottish school holiday coming up this week. I'm sure it's this weekend, so yeah, we're gonna be pretty busy. Yeah, I just wanted to have a chat and be transparent about the way that I'm feeling. Obviously I'm starting to look a little bit better now that I'm back in my little safe space with my little Glenmore family. But I don't know, I thought I was doing really well, and then that happened, and I feel like I've gone back a lot of steps with regards to the healing process. Now I know it's not linear, and somebody described it as like climbing a mountain, and you are making progress, constantly making progress, even though you feel like you're not quite reaching the summit. So I know that, like, that's a good analogy for it, I think, but it doesn't feel that way sometimes. I feel like I've slid right backwards, and as Brian said to me, that the look on my face was like you were when you arrived at the campsite. So yeah, I realised I was not doing very good. I'll be alright, and I've just got to build my strength back up again and my resilience, and I'll go and do another big trip in some point in the future, because obviously I'm planning on going back to Europe, not this winter but the winter after, so I've got a year to get myself sorted. So it'll be a year of pushing myself and pushing my boundaries a little bit, but I think that's what I really need to do. So this video has been quite short, and I do apologise, but I couldn't film yesterday doing that awning. It took me 3 hours to do it, and with filming and extra things it would have took me even longer. I just wanted to get it done, so that's what I did. I had to get some help with the pegs that were stuck other than that, and Brian helped me get it on the rail and the poles. Other than that, I've done it all myself, so I'm pretty tired after an 8-mile hike today. So I'll be in my bed early and in work early tomorrow. We've got gamekeeper's dogs, so me and Brian are up early with them in the morning. So I'm going to sign this video out. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.